You didn't click this by accident. Something in you already knows. There is a quiet tension. You've been carrying a weight that doesn't have a clear name. You wake up. Do what you're supposed to do. Talk to the people you're expected to talk to. Yet deep down, something feels unfinished. As if life is asking something of you that you've been avoiding. Or worse, something you've forgotten. And what if I told you you didn't just end up here? What if your struggles aren't random? What if your pain isn't meaningless? What if your confusion isn't a flaw, but a message? Because beneath your habits, your fears, your relationships, and even your self-sabotage, there may be an unspoken agreement you made long before you learned your own. Name a silent contract, and the unsettling truth is this: your life feels heavy not because you're failing, but because you're resisting what you came here to learn most. People believe life is something that happens to them, a sequence of accidents, circumstances, and bad luck. But philosophy and psychology whisper something far more uncomfortable, that the patterns of your life may be shaped by what you refuse to face. Think about it. Why do the same lessons keep returning in different disguises? Different people, same heartbreak, different jobs, same emptiness, different goals, same dissatisfaction. At some point, coincidence runs out. Plato once suggested that the soul enters life with a kind of memory, not of facts, but of truths it must rediscover. Nietzsche later twisted this idea into something harsher, that life repeats itself until you become strong enough to affirm it. And here's the uncomfortable implication: if the same pain keeps returning, it may be because you keep walking away from the door it's pointing toward. Let's talk about fear, not the obvious kind, not fear of heights, or failure, or public speaking. I mean the deeper fear, the fear of becoming who you would be without excuses. Many people unconsciously structure their entire lives around avoiding a single internal truth. They stay busy, distracted, entertained, angry, tired. They blame society, their parents, their past, the system. Sometimes they're right, but sometimes that blame is armor. Bonhoeffer once warned that stupidity is more dangerous than malice, not because people lack intelligence, but because they surrender responsibility. They stop choosing, they let life happen, and the soul suffers quietly when responsibility is abandoned. You can feel it. When you numb yourself instead of listening, when you scroll, instead of reflecting, when you stay in. Relationships that drain you because leaving would force you to stand alone with yourself. This is how contracts are broken, not loudly, but subtly. Imagine a man who spends his entire life running from silence. Every quiet moment makes him anxious, so he fills it with noise, music, conversations, notifications, drama. But silence is not empty. Silence is where truth waits. Psychology tells us that what we suppress doesn't disappear. It returns as anxiety, resentment, or self-sabotage. Philosophy goes further and says, what you refuse to confront begins to rule you. Machiavelli observed that power is often gained not through force, but through understanding human weakness, especially self-deception. And no one deceives you more efficiently than yourself. You say you want peace, but choose chaos because chaos feels familiar. You say you want freedom, but cling to routine because freedom demands courage. You say you want meaning, but avoid responsibility because meaning comes with weight. And so life tightens, not to punish you, but to corner you. Here's a truth most motivational. Videos won't tell you you're suffering. It's not always a sign that something is wrong. Sometimes it's proof that something important is trying to be born. In ancient stories, heroes are never called when life is comfortable. They are called when things fall apart, when the familiar collapses, when the old identity can no longer survive. That collapse you fear may not be destruction. It may be initiation. The problem is, initiation is uncomfortable. It strips away illusions. It demands honesty, and honesty is terrifying, because once you see clearly, you can no longer pretend you don't know. Let's talk about guilt, not moral guilt, existential guilt. The quiet sense that you are living beneath your potential, that you are betraying something inside you, slowly, politely. Every day this guilt doesn't scream, it whispers. It shows up as restlessness, as envy toward people who dare, as bitterness toward those who remind you of what you've avoided. Nietzsche described this as resentment, the poison that forms when strength is suppressed and turns inward. And here's the twist: no one prepares you, for you don't become bitter because life is unfair. You become bitter because you sense your own unclaimed power. That power is frightening, because claiming it would require change, and change would expose everything you've been hiding behind. Now let me say something that may unsettle you. Not everyone came here to be comfortable. Not everyone came here to be liked. Not everyone came here to live an easy, smooth life. Some lives are shaped to sharpen the soul. Some people are born into difficulty because they are meant to develop depth. Others are given responsibility early because they are meant to lead. Later, some are made lonely because they are meant to learn self-trust. This doesn't romanticize suffering, it gives it context, and context transforms pain into purpose. But here's the danger. If you ignore the lesson long enough, life doesn't stop asking, it escalates. The whisper becomes discomfort. The discomfort becomes crisis. The crisis becomes collapse. Not because the universe is cruel, but because growth resisted turns into pressure. Think of a seed buried underground. The darkness is not punishment, it's preparation. But if the seed refuses to break open, it rots. The breaking is necessary. So let me ask you something, gently but honestly. What truth have you been avoiding? What decision keeps returning to your thoughts late at night? What conversation do you keep postponing? What version of yourself do you keep promising you'll become one day? Because that one day is the contract, and every time you delay it, the weight increases. Here's the paradox: the moment you stop running, the moment you face the fear, the moment you take responsibility for your inner world, life doesn't become easier, but it becomes lighter, because resistance is heavier than effort, avoidance is heavier than courage, self-betrayal is heavier than fear, and meaning, real meaning, is not found in happiness. It's found in alignment, when your actions stop contradicting your soul. So maybe this video isn't here to teach you something new. Maybe it's here to remind you of something you already know, something you've known for a long time, something you've been negotiating with yourself to ignore. And now the question is unavoidable. Will you continue living as if this life is accidental? Or will you step into it as if you chose it? Because the moment you do, the contract stops feeling like a burden and starts feeling like a calling, and that changes everything.